Greetings, comrades! My name is DimAurora, and welcome back to From the Depths with a type of builder episode. Now today we are showing off the new starter line of the Black Royale Navy. One thing you can tell right off the bat is that the color scheme for all of them has changed. We're going with a dark gray for, I guess, our main, and our secondary is a bright white. Plus we are also, instead of doing a darker shade, we are a lighter shade of everything, so it's just a little change. It's not much, but I thought I would share that. Now let's go over what we have here. We have 6 starter ships. They're relatively below average, but they're only designed to be cheap and work efficiently, so let's start this off with the first one we have here. This is the BM1 Monitor, the Steadfast. Now, it's not the best. Definitely not. It has no anti-air capabilities, and it has 240mm main guns. The benefit of this thing, it can take one hell of a beating, and it's very cheap while doing so. Plus, the 240mm, I mean, have you ever been hit by one? They hurt. So this is our little monitor. This will be a starting ship. I won't make many. If anything, they might be point defense. I'll probably make a better version of a monitor, but for now, these are the starting monitors. So there's the Steadfast, and here we have the unfinished heavy cruiser, I believe. It might become a light cruiser, but I would have to change the gun systems. But for now, it's going to be a heavy cruiser. It's the biggest one here. It's unfinished. It is the Vanguard, the CA-1 Vanguard. Now these will have 3 batteries of 270mm main guns, plus a fair amount of anti-aircraft and, of course, secondaries. So this is a medium level, actually, but it's cheap enough to be considered a starter level, and it's one of the 6 ships I have really designed for this purpose. So it will be the flagship for a little while until we get a better one. Now here we have the 2 sister ships. I wonder if you can tell what the difference between them is. So here is the Destroyer 1 DD1 Aurelia, and here is the DDG-1 Hellfire. The Aurelia is the lead ship, obviously, because the Hellfire is seriously just a retrofitted version. And it's honestly one of my most interesting ships so far. It has a quad barrel 60mm autocannon, 2 of them on the Aurelia and 1 on the Hellfire, and it just has little 25mm anti-aircraft guns with some flak rounds loaded in. Now the Hellfire, the only really difference between them is that this holds some pretty short range but pretty nasty little missiles. Now the Vanguard, I keep saying Vanguard, the Aurelia will be used much more than the Hellfire because the Hellfire still has some things I need to tweak, but these 2 little destroyers will definitely provide some very nice medium to entry level support for our fleet. Now these 2 are the true entry-level ships. These are the PT-1 and this is the PT-1 and this is the PB-1. They are, as I said, just that. They don't have names. I'm not naming things like patrol boats. So these guys are relatively similar. If they would get close enough, you would see that the PB is much longer than the PT. Well, much, I mean 1 beam worth more. But this has a 60mm autocannon and a 25mm AA. It's basically the same as those, but it does not have flak rounds. It just has some detonate on impact rounds. Now this has 3 5-meter torpedoes. They're not the best, but these things are, excuse me, beyond deadly. They have 3 frag warheads set at different cones. Furthest one has the widest cone, and the closest one has a sniper. So it will tear anything this hits apart. Also has 3 fins for very nice maneuverability, 1 fuel tank, as it's a torpedo, it does not require much fuel, and 2 torpedo propellers. Sorry about that, had a little coughing fit. I felt that one come in my throat, but here we are back at it again. And we have a 40mm autocannon protecting the rear. This is a special type, just one I kind of wanted to look like I guess a U-boat's deck gun. I tried, doesn't look the best, but there we have it. So that's really all I wanted to show. Here is the early stage of the Black Royale Navy fleet, which will be coming soon to a game series near you. Expect Season 3 soon. But that is all the time I have for this episode, so as for now, DimAurora signing off. Okay, you guys were in a perfect line when I started this. What the hell happened?